Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Raju, you're from Kadapa.
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell more about Kadapa district?
Sir, we are one of the districts of Rayalaseema region in the southern Andhra Pradesh, sir. Sir, we are mainly famous for the temples, sir, and uranium reserves, sir. So, there are very famous temples in Kadapa, sir, mainly Gontimetta temple, sir, Sri Kodanaramaswamy temple, and Sri Lakshmi Venkateshwara temple, sir. We are often treated as a doorway to the Tirupati, sir.
Okay. So it's considered to be a backward area?
Yes, sir. It is one of the underdeveloped districts of the country, sir. In fact, we are selected for the aspirational districts program, sir.
Okay. Now you have done your BTech from IIT Kharagpur.
Yes, sir.
So what made you choose civil services as an option?
Sir, everybody wants a complete and fulfilled life, sir. In my opinion, a complete life should be multidimensional, sir. There should be a technical journey, sir, in addition to service of the nation, and also a leadership position as well, sir. And civil services is one of the best opportunities to do all that, sir. In addition to that, I am fortunate enough to be born in this great land, sir. So why not be a part of its growth story?
You are from a backward area
Yes, sir.
in Rayalaseema. Don't you think that opting for civil services, especially after doing computer science engineering from IIT Kharagpur,
Yes, sir.
is a colonial hangover?
No, sir, I do not think so, sir. Sir, actually, my background in computer science actually helps in uplifting and serving this nation, sir. Actually, we are increasingly moving towards the e-governance and digital initiatives, so my background actually helps a lot. And I do not think of it as a colonial legacy, sir, rather a opportunity for me, sir, to serve this nation in a better way.
Don't you think that your services are more required for research or for technical developments or entrepreneurship in
Yes,
India?
sir. So certainly, sir, there is an understanding that all these IIT graduates must perform research, but I think the point of education is to empower a person to better make a decision so that their productivity would serve the nation as a whole, sir. So in that sense, my own interest and passion for the dedication of this nation, service of this nation, I think would make me more productive if I become a civil servant, sir.
So you are a relay runner too, okay?
Yes, sir.
4 into 100 meters men's relay.
Yes, sir.
So what is the world record in 4 into 100 meters?
Sir, I personally do not move 4 into 100 meters personal record, sir. I was actually participating in the event of 100 meters sprint, sir. So I was sidelined
It
into
is
that.
mentioned silver medal in 4 into 100 meters men's
Yes, sir.
relay.
Yes, sir. I personally do not know the actual world record in that.
So do you know the zones in which the baton has to be exchanged, or the acceleration zone,
Yes, sir.
or where the baton exchange zone,
Yes,
and
sir.
what is the distance of that exchange zone or the acceleration zone?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir. We actually start from 10 meters behind the start line, sir. And then in that zone, the first runner will start, sir. And before we reach the starting point of the next 100 meters for the second runner, we'll have to exchange the baton in that 10 meters width, sir. And it goes on for till the end, sir.
So total zone is
410 meters, sir, actually. 410.
the baton exchange zone, and what is the length of that baton exchange zone?
That is 10 meters, sir.
10 meters. Acceleration zone is?
Sir, actually the track is curvilinear, sir. On the curved part, we should not accelerate, but the straight part, sir, that we should accelerate, and it roughly amounts to 90 meters on either side, sir. So 190 meters in total.
Yeah, you said reading Ramayana and Mahabharata or your extracurricular activities or how interests.
Yes, sir.
Now, which of this, Ramayana or Mahabharata, which is more relevant to the contemporary world or the present day world?
Sir, I think both are equally relevant, sir. Whereas Mahabharata represents the more contemporary conflicts of the society, sir. Whereas Ramayana is more idealistic in that sense, sir.
Okay. So, what are the learning points from Mahabharata for the present day world?
Sir, I think one of my favorites is that Bhishma, though despite following dharma, his own idea of dharma, he eventually dies, sir. But Krishna and the rest of the Pandavas prevail, sir. Sir, the conflict, the reason for that death, he says that you simply cannot follow your own dharma, and you should not base your dharma based on a book or your own set of guidelines. You should think about the long-term consequences and what its effects on the society, sir. And Bhishma, blindly sticking to his rule of allegiance to the king, does not stop the Draupadi's Vastrabharanam, sir. So in that sense, he is also should die in the end, sir. So in that sense, I think we should always think about the long-term consequences of our actions and decide based on that. We should decide what dharma is and we should follow that, sir.
Okay, now tell me one thing, whether means justify the ends or whether ends justify the means?
Yes, sir. Sir, my personal belief is that means should always justify the ends, sir. But means should be decided based on the ends as well, sir. So we should see what our actions will eventually lead to, whether it will be a better society or sustaining society or not. And based on that, we should make our cultural values and alter. So that means will also be right, sir.
So if you are faced with a situation where you have to break a law or break a rule
Yes, sir.
for the well-being of an individual or for the well-being of a society,
Yes, sir.
so what will be your take on that?
Sir, I think there will always be an opportunity for me to bring more people, more stakeholders into the fold and discuss with them, sir, before taking a unilateral decision on that, sir. So in that sense, I think I will always find an opportunity, sir, so that my means will also be justified in pursuit of the meaningful end, sir.
So if rules come in the way,
I will
to meet the
discuss,
ends
sir.
of justice.
So I think I will report to my superiors and I will discuss with them, sir, before breaking the rule. And if the situation warrants such an action, only with the permission of my superiors, I will do so, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, Prasad. Just you said in Mahabharata it suits for the conflicts in the society in
Yes,
the present
yes.
scenario. Can you take one conflict which is according to you where you can draw a solution to it and explain that?
Sir, one of the most omnipresent issue is the caste system, sir. For example, Karna, sir. He is on par with Arjuna in terms of valor and bravery and courage and skill, sir. But just because he was born into a low caste society, he was treated, discriminated against, sir. So in addition to that, in Ramayana also, sir, we have Shabari, who Rama goes and sits at the feet of, sir. So I think our mythology actually clearly says that greatness can come from anywhere, sir, regardless of the gender and the caste. And I think we should really acknowledge that and we should adopt that to our society, sir.
Okay. So is Rama is a god?
Sir, I think he is a human, sir, but based on the actions that he did, he thought he was superhuman on the level of God, sir. I do not think he is a god, sir. I think he is a human, like us.
So that means the belief system in the society is wrongly built around him.
No, sir. Actually, when he was actually as the king, sir, he was never treated as a god, sir. He was treated as a Karana Janma, Karana Purush, but he was human, sir. He was never just a human. He feels pain for the loss of Sita. He feels affection towards Hanuma as well, sir, just like the rest of us. But his defeating of the Ravana at the end of it, and he rules for 11,000 years, and the deeds were so great, he was considered as a god, sir.
So do you see that there is a need to create an awareness that Rama is a human being, not a god?
So I think most people understand that he was a human, sir, and they revere him because of the deeds, sir.
Okay. So is there any difference between artificial intelligence and technology?
Yes, sir. Artificial intelligence is a form of technology, sir. Technology is any type of means so that doing something should make it easier, sir. And artificial intelligence is a type of technology that mimics a human intelligence, sir.
So you mean to say that AI is a part of technology?
Technology, yes, sir.
Okay. Right now, see this in Telangana particularly, there is a free bus transportation system. So is it first in kind in the country, or how do you look at that public policy?
Sir, there was a similar scheme in Karnataka as well, sir. Free bus rides to all women throughout the state, sir. And it is a second of its version, sir. Because the government is the same, both Congress government, it may be considered as the same scheme as well, sir.
So the Karnataka is the first one who is offering this. In the
As per
country.
my knowledge, it is the first one, sir.
Just check it out.
And yes, sure, ma'am.
In Delhi, Aam
Tamil
Aadmi.
Nadu.
Yes, there was one scheme in Delhi as well, ma'am. I'm sorry, I forgot about that, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I will look it up, ma'am. What is the first one?
Will this free bus transport system for women has any impact on the GDP?
Yes, sir. It will certainly
domestic
have it,
product?
sir. One side of the argument is that it will increase the revenue deficit of the state, sir. because obviously the government has to compensate for the loss of revenue for the buses for allowing the free
That is,
rides.
you are saying the negative side.
Yes,
Is
sir.
there a positive side to this?
Yes, sir, there
State,
is certainly, sir.
domestic product.
Yes, sir, because it increases the mobility of the women and especially the self-help groups in the villages, sir. They will be able to move to the city market and fetch goods and raw materials necessary to build up, sir. So I think it will also have a positive effect, sir. But which will be more, we'll have to decide in future, sir, based on the
So
amount
it
of
will be
people
only
moving.
helpful in the rural areas, not in urban areas.
No, sir. In urban areas also, sir, there are several self-help groups, sir. So I think people will be able to move between
So
different
this is
areas.
only beneficial for self-help groups, not any other woman who is not part of the self-help group.
Sir, suppose there are women who are left out in the night, sir. They can also find safe spaces, sir. So it will be helpful to them as well.
So you are from IIT.
Yes,
So
sir.
recently, ISRO chairman has commented that nobody is from joining into the ISRO and other government or PSU organizations. So there is a brain drain is happening from prestigious institutions. He has been complaining. Good that you have taken civil services, but other people are not opting for it. So they are looking for lucrative jobs. So what's your take and how to nurture them into government services?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I believe that most of the students from IIT Kharagpur also wants to serve the nation, sir. But the problem is that there is a less research spending and there is lesser opportunities in the country, sir.
Why only civil services? Why not in any other PSUs? Earlier, when we see that ISRO used to be occupied by complete IITians and NITians. Nowadays, it's a single in numbers. What's the reason?
Sir, there is a lot of difference between the civil services and the other research fields, sir. If we look at the actual contemporary things, sir, civil services offers the motivation behind pursuing civil services and pursuing research is completely different, sir. If we look at the civil services, you will be part of the actual at the field. You will be part of the growth story of the country, sir, and which is a very rewarding position, sir. But if you look at the research, sir, though it will be rewarding for their own passions, they might not be. If they pursue the same in the other countries, it will be more beneficial to them.
ISRO, one incident has brought entire nation into the limelight, right? The people who are heading the missions, they are into that realm, right?
Yes, sir. In fact, that is why I think many people are inclining towards research in the country as well, sir. It was a situation of one, sir, but now I think it is changing.
You said Bhishma was taking a good decision, but he was complained of all this through his life in the Mahabharata of indecisiveness.
Sir, I think it is not indecisiveness, sir. I think it is blind allegiance to his own king, sir. He promised Dhritarashtra that he will always protect his son and he will always defend his nation, sir. So I think it is not indecisiveness, it is more like blind loyalty.
How can you compare that to the committed bureaucracy that is prevalent in some parts of society?
Sir, not just the bureaucracy, sir. I do not think I am comparing it to the bureaucracy, sir. So what is happening is that many people stick to the rules that they have in their mind, sir. They do not think about the long-term consequences. And if we can bring it to the current level, I think everybody thinks about the long sustainability of the society. I think it will be a better society, sir.
Here I wish to intervene and ask a question. Earlier when you were asking means Nen's answer.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, ask a question. If you are asked to break the rule, will you break the rule? You told I'll consult my boss.
Yes, ma'am.
If your boss asked you to break the rule, will you break the rule?
Ma'am, I will again think about the long-term consequences, ma'am. But yes, ma'am, I think my boss will have a...
Don't beat around the bush. I'm asking
Yes,
a
ma'am.
question. If your boss asked you to break the rule, will you break the rule?
Yes, ma'am. Because I believe that my boss will have a better picture of the vision, ma'am. and
Okay,
may not-
tomorrow if you become IPS officer,
Yes, ma'am.
your boss is an SP of a district. He asked you to go for a fake encounter.
Yes,
Will you do that?
Ma'am, personally, I do not want to do it, ma'am, but I think there must be some reason he is asking me to do it, ma'am. Maybe he is a terrorist or some sort, ma'am. And
You will do fake encounter.
I will think
you
about
will
it,
go
ma'am,
for
but I will think
There's no
about
time for thinking.
Yes,
There's no time for thinking at all.
Yes, ma'am. Depending on the situation, yes, ma'am. I will do it, ma'am.
You will do it.
Yes, ma'am.
You have written about low-cost smart cane.
Yes, sir.
So, when you have already got appreciation from Microsoft, you could have pursued that particular project and would have helped a very particular section of society which actually need help, because there are many people to help us become a civil servant, help a general society. But to the specific section, that blind section, there are very few people who are coming forward. Why did you leave that particular project And what's your comment on that?
Sir, actually, we took that project to the hackathon of the Microsoft, sir, and we were in challenge with another project which was working on the education of the school children, sir, elementary education, and our project was deemed not as profitable as that, so it was disbanded, sir. But I do think that that project does serve the niche of the people, niche section of the people, and me after coming into the civil services, sir, if I make it, so I will still be able to pursue it, sir. Microsoft still has the intellectual property of that, and I will be able to serve the visually impaired people of the nation, sir.
You talk about why Kadapa is famous for so many things you mentioned. Why it is infamous for?
Sir, it used to be infamous for the factionism, sir, but now I believe that it has decreased a lot, sir.
Why has it decreased?
Sir, I think there is a personal realization on the people, sir, because of the growing connectivity between different regions, that factionism is not a very sustainable way for the society, sir. I think it will eventually lead to the destruction of the society. So I think people are getting more educated and moving away from it, sir. And also there is an increased enforcement of the law and order as well, sir. I think that we should give credit to the governments as well. So in that sense, people are moving to politics rather than pursuing the.
But still, there's a general feeling that there's a dominance of only very few social groups in the Rayalaseema region.
Yes,
do you accept with that?
To some extent, yes, sir. I think it is not just in Kadapa, sir. In any region, there is a dominance of the some section, sir. Particularly because wealthy people aim to protect themselves. But I think we are moving in the right direction, sir. Going forward, as the education levels rise, as the skills of the people rise, and they start questioning the existing modes of status quo, I think we will move to the better future, sir.
In the past, if you are following newspaper, Kadapa also coming up as a gold smuggling hub, along with a few famous regions of Kerala like Kasaragod. There's recent movie that has come up. Why do you think that a specific location become hub of some particular smuggling?
So one of the main reasons why any specific location becomes main hub is the control by the elite groups and also absence of law and order, sir. There must be some sort of crony involvement of multiple parties there must be some sort of conflict of interest, sir, who have to protect the law and order, are not responding properly, and that must be the reason why certain location becomes hub of it, sir.
Mr. Raju, regarding the encounters, what is your views on the encounters happening in Uttar Pradesh?
Sir, I do not think it is legitimate, sir. I think there is a certain human rights element that is definitely involved, sir, and only after the due process of law and the courts should we accord them any punishment, sir.
But it contradicts your earlier statement that when your superior says to go ahead with an encounter, you are willing to
yes, sir.
go ahead.
Sir,
So,
I agree that. Yes, sir.
so in case you are working in a state like UP and your superior says to kill someone, will you do that?
Sir, actually, I said yes because I did not have any prior knowledge of that, sir. And I delegated my understanding of the situation to my bosses and thought that he was and there must be some sort of balanced by the ends outcome, sir. But in general, I do not think such a situation will arise, and I always think that I will always be able to raise the issue with my superiors, and I will be able to uphold the law, sir.
So you believe boss is always right?
No, sir. Once I raise the issue that is involved, they must be able to give me enough explanation that such an order is legitimate.
But you do realize fake encounter is a murder. There is no such thing as fake encounters. It does not come under any IPC or CRPC. You will be treated as a murderer.
Yes, sir. There is a general conflict here, sir. But I think such a situation is hypothetical situation, sir. And if we box all the necessary areas like necessary legal exits, I think what will be left with the illegal outcome anyway.
Now, don't you think that the encounter is clear failure of the institutions? You know, when you are encountering somebody, when you are terming it as a fake,
Yes,
doesn't it reflect that the institutions have failed and so you have to resort to a fake encounter?
No, sir. Institutions keep on evolving as per the changing society, sir. And no institution will always be in the perfect state and it will stay for the rest of the eternity. It's not like that, sir. Because the society keeps changing, the institutions also keeps changing, sir. So we look at the situation and we make the necessary changes in the institution and they keep evolving. The society keeps evolving and it keeps on going in a virtuous cycle, sir. So, yeah.
Okay, your mock is over. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.